Hey, Jasmine here, and welcome to another book review. I'm finally caught up and back to getting the whole week to read a book, but I'm sure that will change the second I pick up a Game of Thrones book. I just read The Silent Patient by Alex. Pronunciation key, please. First, I'm going to read the plot description. Alicia Berenson's life is seemingly perfect. A famous painter married to an in-demand fashion photographer. She lives in a grand house with big windows overlooking a park in one of London's most desirable areas. One evening, her husband Gabriel returns home late from a fashion shoot, and Alicia shoots him 5 times in the face, and then never speaks another word. Alicia's refusal to talk or give any kind of explanation turns a domestic tragedy into something far grander, a mystery that captures the public imagination and casts Alicia into notoriety. The price for art skyrockets, and she, the silent patient, is hidden away from the tabloids and spotlight at the Grove, a secure forensic unit in North London. Theo Faber is a criminal psychotherapist who has waited a long time for the opportunity to work with Alicia. His determination to get her to talk and unravel the mystery of why she shot her husband takes him down a twisting path into his own motivations, a search for the truth that threatens to consume him. This book was wow. Let me say first, I love a good psychological story. I love watching those movies that are slow-paced thrillers, the kind that keep you guessing, but I think this is the first time I've ever read one of those stories, and I loved it. The story follows Theo, a psychotherapist who expresses his interest in not only understanding Alicia, but his goal to get her to speak. The story seemed straightforward. It's one of those that poses you with the question without directly telling you what to think. The question of, did Alicia really shoot her husband? And if she did, then why? At first I thought it would be a simple investigation. Theo, of course, has his therapy sessions with Alicia, but when the patient won't say a word, he changes course, trying to understand her by other means, speaking to her friends and family, trying to uncover not only what happened that night, but what led to it. The story is actually one where the reader seems to know more than the main character, because it goes back and forth between Theo's first-person narrative and Alicia's own diary entries. As a reader, I was given information that Theo didn't have but was trying to gain. This isn't a story that feeds you evidence so you can figure out what happened. The author gives the information he wants. I knew I didn't stand a chance in solving the mystery because there is nothing to solve. What the story does is take you on this journey both before and after the murder and teases the truth. It definitely succeeded in keeping me interested because I was desperate to know what happened and shocked at every crumb the author gave me. I must say, when I finished this book, I was not disappointed. There really isn't much I can say about this book without spoiling the whole experience, so this is definitely a short video. My personal rating for the story is complicated. I want to give it 5 stars because I'm in awe of it. Psychological mysteries are one of my weaknesses, along with sci-fi thrillers and romantic suspense. So I am definitely biased. I also know stories like this are never the same once you know the answers. The question of whether I will read it again is one I'm not sure of. Maybe someday it will fade just enough to let me get even a little bit of that thrill again. I'm still giving it 5 stars because the thought of reading it again is exciting. Maybe like with movies, I'll notice things I hadn't the first time. It feels great to finish a book again feeling excited to talk about it. The next book I'm reading is Death Takes a Holiday at Pemberley by Kelly Miller. I actually already read it, but so I'm recording this video right after. I managed to see Pride and Prejudice before I read it so that I was able to experience the story the right way. If you're an indie author, let me know about your book in the comments and I'll try to add it to my TBR list. I promise I'm reading every book that gets pitched to me. Even if it's 2 years from now, I will read it. There's only so much time in a day, but I have a list where I write every indie novel mentioned to me and cross it off only after I've read it. For indie novels read, like 200 to go. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye!